Alright guys, so it has been a couple of days now. We believe everything is all cured up. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling it out of the, pulling it off the mold and see what it looks like. So yeah, give me a couple minutes, I'll be back. Easy as that. Now how bad does the top look? Pretty good. Alright, so try to get back far enough. You can tell we got some PVA to clean up. There will be a couple of little holes. I can see a couple of voids over there, and that happens with this type of process, especially when you're doing a large surface like this. But for the most part, everything looks nice. Yeah, it has a little haze to it that I have to clean off from the PVA, but when we get it polished out, she'll look real nice. Now, obviously, we've got areas that we'll have to cut off the rest of the way. However, I am quite happy with how it's looking so far. Yeah, that's it for the this portion of the splitter video. We will go ahead and get her all cleaned up, and the next time you see it, we'll be ready to start making some mounts and such for the Corvette sitting over there. And yeah, we'll have this ready to go. See you in the next video. Like, subscribe, share, and yeah, that's looking good. Can't wait to see it. Hey guys, welcome back to Dare Dream Motorsports YouTube channel. Today, we're back working on the Corvette. So, what we've got going on today is we have the splitter. The splitter is trimmed up, ready to go to be mounted. So I am just getting things mocked up side to side to make sure that we are in the right area, right spot. Things are looking pretty good. If you look inside, I already have the mounts bolted to the splitter and some mounts that I have made up and cut out to where we are going to bolt the splitter mounts to the side of the frame. So when I have that back apart, I will show you what that looks like. But yeah, splitter is pretty much set up and ready to go. Still just initial trim done. I've got some polishing, and I'm going to fill in a couple of these little divots that we didn't quite get completely soaked from the first layer. And then this strand, which is going to bother the crap out of me, I'm going to cover up with something. Maybe our logo or something, but we'll have to get that covered up. But yeah, step one of getting the splitter completely put together is just about done. That's getting it bolted in the initial place. Then I can set the angle, we'll set it on the alignment stands, and we'll get it perfectly to where we want it to as we build the rest. But first initial ones, we want to get those quick releases in the right spot. Yeah, let's keep going with that. Guys, so we are inside the frame here. I've done some measurements. We are going to go ahead and drill out our holes, get our rib nuts put in, get it bolted in, and then we'll have the first part bolted on. So yeah. Alright guys, so first set of bolts have been put in. I'll have to go to the hardware store and pick up some actual bolts that we'll end up using for that. Alright, now it's time to drill the other two, get those all mocked up. Got the other thing done on the other side, same thing done on the other side. And then we will start by making the cutout we need for our air inlet that we had already made. Let me grab that from over here. Our air inlet. So we will then go ahead and mark where we need to cut it out, center it up, cut her out, and then slide this back. Like I said before, we will chop the edge down here, trim the edge off the top, leave a little bit more on the sides because that will tie in to the one that we do all the way around. Hey guys, welcome back to Dare to Be Motorsports YouTube channel. Today we are back working on the splitter, the air dam, and the intake duct for the C5 Corvette that we're working on. So, as you can tell, we've got the splitter back on, the initial mounts are in place, and we're going to start working on the ducting. So I've got a line drawn out where we're going to go ahead and cut out for our intake duct. I've also got lines drawn on our intake duct where we're going to trim it up. And then this one's pretty much just going to be cut flat right along the side. Then, once we cut out that little square right there, that will slide into place. And then, we can start building an air dam. Then we're going to cover off brake duct, headlight inlet, and brake duct all along the edges. Then we'll make the rest of the mounts, and we're going to have one inside the bumper in here. We'll cut out a little piece, and we'll put the mount down to where we have our piece here. Same thing out here. We'll have to figure out how we can get one through there. But yeah, let's get to cutting some bumper off. Alright, so there is the initial trim. Trimmed it up to about 1.5 inches, an 1.5 inches again. Just about flat on the bottom. And you can tell we put about 3 inches on each side and then just flat to there. So that's going to leave us with some edges and such that we trimmed off. Now this one specifically we're going to use to cover off the brake duct on this side. We'll use the other side to cover off the brake duct on this side. And what we're going to do with brake ducting, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but you can see where my hand is. We're just going to use a piece that starts back here. But yeah, that's that. Next thing that we're going to do then is start with an air dam that goes all the way around. Now, we're going to go ahead and measure out some stuff. Eventually, I will put it together in carbon fiber, but initially, I think we're just going to use some plastic trim that we typically use for it. But, let me go grab a couple things out of our storage and see where we're at. But so far, I really like the way that that is looking and coming out. Let's keep going. Alright guys, so here we go. Here is the piece that I believe I have come up with. So, I'm liking the way that this looks. However, I think I'm going to round off this edge and round off this edge on the final piece that I make out of carbon fiber. And in order to keep it in place, behind it, we're going to use just some 1-inch, 1/16 inch angle on the front side, and then on the side we use a little bit smaller 3/4 since it's not going to have as much force up against it, so it doesn't need quite as big. But there you have it. I think that we are in business. So we're going to take our template that we made. We're going to walk over here and set it down on our piece of carbon that we made for our air dam. Yeah. We'll cut this one. We'll flip it around. Put the other one back up here. Cut it out, and we'll have one for both sides. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so here's our piece cut out, and we have already started placing it in place. You can kind of get an idea. We're just going to overlap it there, and then you can see how I have our piece of aluminum set up. And yeah, we're just going to wrap it around the edge and form it around, and then we will rivet our piece of aluminum angle to the splitter, hold itself in place. Let's do that. Alright guys, one side is pretty much done. I've got, if I can peel it back here, you might see an angle there, an angle right about here. I will have to go back through and curve some angle up so we can have a nice solid fit there, and this one will fit nicely once we go ahead and sure up this corner. But yeah, I think that looks really nice. Next thing we'll do is mark from here to here. We'll cut this off. But that is one side. We're going to replicate that for the other side. And the air dam will be just about done. Let's do it. Alright, driver's side is mostly fitted up. I've got to go ahead and put the rivets in, take the cleat out, get those into the right spot. And then, at some point, I will go ahead and finish off with a nice piece there, although it does fit nice and tight. There's a little bit of movement, but she fits good and tight. So with a little bit of air pushing on it, it'll fit up real good. Yeah, let's get this wrapped up. Then the air dam is pretty much done up, and all I got to do is make the last couple mounts that we need to. I also have a filler for this. We're going to do a 2-piece filler up here, one to cover this permanently, as we won't be using that, and then one, this will be removable depending on what type of event we're going to, or if we want to take it out for just a drive on the street, we'll pop that off real quick. Yeah, there we are. Splitter and air dam just about done. Let's wrap it up. There we have it. It is all riveted in, except for centerpiece, but I'm going to leave that so I can remove it until we get the air duct done up. Yeah, I think this one might be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the air dam splitter portion. Yeah, we'll be back when we show you how we're making the ducts into the radiator.